Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that I hope that everyone is doing okay. You're enjoying the show, right? Good afternoon. So we will talk about data stacks within the next 15 minutes, right? So I'm sorry this is going to be a rapid fire, but I'll try my best to land it into an actionable points, so that we can have something to take home after this, right? So I'm not sure whether you guys have heard about open source Cassandra, Apache Cassandra. Anybody from the developers? Nope. There we go. Okay. So basically, there are three things here that I would like to mention about data stacks. One is the word open source. Number two is stack, because we are not just a database as a service, but we are actually a technology that allows us to connect to different stacks out in the back end. And number three is modern. Open source, stack, and modern application. These are the three operating words that I would like you guys to remember. Okay? So, step back. When you think about probably the most valuable companies in the world, there are a few things that they have in common, right? One is they always think like a startup. How many of you guys here are a startup company? Show your hands. Yep, 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much, right? And startup companies, very agile, right? They are data-driven organization. They make decisions based on data. They embrace serverless, cloud-centric, right? And they use API in application to be competitive, correct? That's what they do, right? That's why they're very, very fast, right? So data stacks place exactly right at the center of this innovation from the database point of view, okay? So take an example about Netflix. These guys actually reinvented the way they operate their business for so many years, right? They changed their operating model from a traditional into looking after the digital operating model. So as a result of that, they were able to engage with their customer faster, and as they grow their customer base, they collected more data, and they refine their better algorithm quicker for them to be able to service this customer better. We understand the challenges of, especially with the startup companies. The systems that you are dealing today is very, very complex. Number two, the skills that are available are very, very difficult to find. And not only they're very difficult to find, but very expensive to maintain. Agree? And number three is that it's slow sometimes, because you have to deal with many operational challenges. So in data stacks, we say, how does a data-driven organization expect? What do they expect, from a technology company like us? So we say that when they are dealing with an organization like us, number one, they look at as a service. Do you have a database that we can spin immediately as a service, fully managed, cloud native, and can spin, let's say, with AWS, with Google Cloud, or Azure, for example? I was just talking to another fellow today that is spinning Cassandra, which is our foundation, on Alibaba, right? And number three, it has to be API-led, and there should be a data model that are readily available. So these are the things that they are really looking forward. I was talking to one of the customers last week, and they say, are you really a fully managed organization? Right? Can I really see your database is really a fully managed? So we have to show it to them and prove to them that, yes, we are a fully managed cloud database as a service. So, quick background for those people that have known about Apache Cassandra. We know the foundation, right? This is the project that was created more than 10 years ago, right? It was funded by Amazon, by Google, by Facebook, because they know that this is there was a technical necessity during that time. They know that how they are using the application and how their customers are using the applications would really challenge the way the infrastructure is being built before. So that's why they have created this project called Apache Cassandra. Now, what is the relationship with the data stacks in Cassandra? 70% of the code of Apache Cassandra is written by us, right? So as a result of that, we just don't provide services to an Apache Cassandra user, but we productize it. We have an on-prem, and we have a fully cloud database as a service today. That is the relationship between Apache Cassandra and DataStax. So many organizations around the world have use cases It could be logistics, it could be fraud management, it could be payment gateway, right? It could be personalization and recommendation, supply chain, and so on and so forth. And about 90% of 100, Fortune 100 depends on Apache Cassandra, okay? Now, Astra DB is our flagship product. So if you need to remember one thing about my presentation today, just remember Astra DB. And I have a surprise for you at the end of this presentation, right? So you can see that this provides you with fast time to market. You can pretty much spin a database in 3 minutes. And you can pick and choose which cloud provider you would like to spin it. Could be Google Cloud, could be Azure, could be AWS, in any regions you like. Zero operational overhead. We can fully manage it. Developers love it, right? Because there are already models and API that are created for you. All you need to do is click, point, and be able to apply it, right? And this is the biggest challenge that you have, how to write those applications. In order for you to do that, you need to normalize the data. And normalizing data from other system and legacy system takes a long time. And the business cannot wait. We actually take those heavy lifting away from you, right? That's why we can develop application very, very fast. Dynamic and elastic, the billing is much, much more cheaper because you don't actually pay if you don't use it. So some databases you have to provision and you have to pay for that because you're afraid that if there's any surge of requirement, you need to make sure that you have the compute power ready to be deployed. In Astra, you don't pay if you don't use it, right? And zero locked in because today it could be on AWS, tomorrow it could be on Azure, or next time it could be on Google Cloud. So you are not locked in basically, from the infrastructure that you're running on. So as a result of this, DataStax Astra DB fundamentals provide you with two main things: massive flexibility and managed database as a service. So you can imagine that's the multiple database model. You guys are familiar about column, document, key value, and graph. These are most popular, right? We can actually work with any one of them, right? Many database providers out there provide document and key value. You can put DataStax and immediately can work with them. So we don't have to go and lift and ship. We can work with them immediately. We don't have to go and remove their existing infrastructure investment, right? Number two, there are already APIs and drivers created. All you need to do is pick and choose which one you like and fire it up. And of course, choice of API, drivers in popular language, and so that you don't have to re-educate yourself about APIs and languages and so on, right? On the other hand, I already mentioned to you about our agnostic stance on cloud providers, cloud native, and multi-region, zero downtime, and so on. So that's basically the value proposition of Astra. So GigaOm said that 75% TCO can be realized by moving your database infrastructure into database as a service Astra on serverless. So, as a summary, these are the advantages that we have: scalable, agnostic, easy to use, consumption-based. These are beautiful. These are music to the ears of the developers, right? Where we're trying to control operational costs, but we are not basically controlled, or hindered, by the scale that we need as the business needs it, right? No waiting in operation resources. Very quick, you can spin it. No operation burden. And at the same time, this is a developer's API ready. So, next step. When you go to AstraDataStax.com, please take note of this. Today, usually we give you $25 to start doing a POC, or you can use it because this is a ready product on production, right? This is a ready database on production. Usually that's what happened, right? When you go to www.astra.datastax.com, there's a $25 waiting for you to be able to start your database. Just when I came this morning, we have actually increased that to $300. So any one of you who's developing an application today, you can immediately go and you will receive $300. But just when I'm walking into the stage today, we increased that to $600. So any one of you who is now developing application, you need a database, please go and scan this. Immediately, you'll get $600. That probably some of you, that will be enough for the whole year. Use it and talk to us if you need any help. We are whole in Singapore. Our booth is just next to this wall. We can talk about how to start about it, how to go about it, and any support that you need, we'll be here to help you. So that's basically our gift for you today. 600 US dollars database as a service on Astra. Just use it. Just do it. You don't have to put credit cards. You don't have to put anything at all. Just go and click this QR code. Okay? There you go. That's my presentation. Is that good enough? Great. Thank you.